ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तमहदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि। वेदान्तार्थविभासकाय गुरवे शान्ताय सन्न्यासिने नानावादी नगेन्द्रसङ्घपवये योगीन्द्रवन्द्याय च मोहध्वान्तदिवाकराय भगवत्पादाभिधां बिभ्रते तस्मै भाष्यकृते नमोऽस्तु सततं पूर्णाय बोधात्मने। तत्र समष्ट्युपाधिक ईश्वरः, the existence, the consciousness, they are one and the same. We will see that. Consciousness conditioned by the totality. In its causal state. So now we are not talking about individual causal state, we are talking about the total causal state. Total cause of everything. Because if you look at objects over here, everything has got a different cause. Yogurt has, milk is the cause of yogurt, but the wheat is the cause of bread. So on and so forth. Everything then, when you look at the objects over here, we find that they have a different cause. Those causes also have their own causes. So in reference to the effect, they are being called as causes, but those causes are also effect in return. And therefore now, we are not asking about any individual causation. We are asking about what is the ultimate cause, and when you move to the ultimate cause, it goes on reducing. Then the point will come and then you will say molecules. The molecules will reduce to become atoms. Atoms will get reduced to proton, neutron, so on and so forth. Question is, so now it goes on tapering. When there is an inquiry into the causation, it goes on tapering. The question is, then what is that ultimate cause? And that ultimate cause then is the cause of total everything. So, with reference to the total causation, everything, the consciousness is called as Ishvara. And therefore, over there is infinite potential. Milk has the potential to become curd, but milk cannot become bread. Yeah? Milk cannot become bread. So the potential over here is limited. In the ultimate causation, the potential is infinite. Ananta Shakti. And that is why when we are going to talk about Ishvara, what is the word that we will employ? Sarva Shakti. All. Ananta Shakti means Sarva.
Ananta means Sarva.
Ananta means infinite.
Sarva means all.
So now the word Sarva and infinite has become one. Now let us say we are sitting over here. If I use the word all, like all of you pay attention to what I am saying. What does that all mean? Just the people who are sitting over here. So now the meaning of the word all is just this few people. So the meaning of word all gets limited because now the speaker is talking only to these people. So all wouldn't mean anybody outside this room. All will mean just these people. When we are going to say Ishvara is Ananta Shakti, Sarva Shakti, Sarva all, what is it that is going to limit the meaning of word all to anything? So there is no factor because of which you can say the meaning of word all is just this much. You see? Therefore the meaning of word all becomes infinite. कोई निमित्त नहीं है अर्थ संकोच होने के लिए. सर्व शब्द का अर्थ अनंत है, ये हमने कहा. सर्व शब्द के अर्थ का संकोच करने के लिए क्या निमित्त है? What is that? And therefore the word all becomes Ananta. How is this Ishvara? Infinite potential. Existence with infinite potential, because everything, every object of the world, of the past, present, future, no matter how small, how big, how holy, how profane, Ananta Shakti. Okay? So, this is Ishvara. When that consciousness, same consciousness, Purna, now has the condition of subtle totality, is called as Hiranyagarbha. It's called as Hiranyagarbha. This Hiranyagarbha, the direct translation of this word is golden womb. Gold means something which shines. lustrous. Then the same Ishvara, when that totality is about the grossified world, the same Ishvara is called as Vaishvanara or Virat. What did Arjuna see? Ishvara's Virat Swarupa. Okay? Virat. Another thing is, we have two words, the body and the world. As if, the body is something different from the world. Is this body different from the world? What is this body? Just think about the gross body. The bones, muscles, in my case fat, the blood, urine, feces, everything. What is this? Just few days ago, the farmer brought the wheat. The wheat changed the form and became flour. The flour becomes dough. The dough becomes bread. And the bread becomes the muscles and things like that. Till the point it could be called as bread, you still were calling it the world. And when it changes the form, you say, no, this is not world, this is me. Oh. Now you see the world and body as if the body and world are at clash. It's not a clash. The body is a part of this world. In fact, the world itself. You cannot extract the body and say, this is the world, this is the body. Not possible. It cannot even survive. It will not exist. The totality. So also this mind, senses, pranas, everything is the world. Now you show us where is the space for individual. What were you calling as individual was this body-mind complex. But where is this individual apart from totality? Show us. Where has this individual any place? The problem of insecurity, the problem of sadness belongs to the individual. But show us that individual to whom the problem belongs. Where is he? Where is that individual? And what is this individual afraid of? Well, the individual is afraid of the world. Other people will take my job. Somebody else will take. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid of infection, those microbes. Patti. To whom does this insecurity belong? Individual. Where is he? Not to be found. And what is the strife for? To keep the individual safe. Where is he? Not there. What are you keeping safe? We don't know. Very intelligent, very smart people. This is your smartness. Huh? Then it is like this, students who are fighting against that CA. We want Azadi. What is that CA? We don't know. But then why are you fighting? Because we like to. Murkha. What is it? You look at this, it is like this. Individual has no place. What is there is this totality, Ishvara. And when this is understood, you know that you are being taken care of by this totality. What is it that is filling air into your lungs? Whole thing. The atmosphere by its pressure itself is pushing it inside. What are you doing over there even to survive? If it was left for us to survive by even given the responsibility of breathing, this fellow will forget. He is so clumsy. What happened? He forgot to breathe. Hey. See? So now there is the consciousness with reference to totality is Ishvara. But wherever there is this idea of individuality, so how is this individual? Is only a vyavaharika satyam. How is it? Is a transactional reality. Does not have place anything more than that. Is only a transactional reality. So thus, we have consciousness conditioned by totality and consciousness conditioned by individuality. Consciousness with reference to individuality is Jiva. Is Jiva. Now, furthermore, Ayameva Ishvaraha Satvarajatamo Gunaihi Upadhibhihi Brahma Vishnu Rudra Rupena Srishti Sthiti Samharan Karoti. Now, we see that this world is in a constant process of flux. Something is being born, it survives, and it gets destroyed. So destruction is not something bad or anything. If the flower was not destroyed, how would the fruit be born? If the fruit is not destroyed, how would the seed be born? If the seed is not destroyed, how would the trees come? It is a total process. And it is a cycle. So destruction is not something that is, it is very bad, Only God creates and the devil destroys. What devil destroys? Devil is also doing the same job of God. If God kept on creating people and devil did not kill them, where would the other people that God populated would stay then? No space. Just imagine, nobody died on the earth. You were still living with dinosaur and no space also to stand. By now we would have been standing 100 people under us and another 1,000 on top of us. Eh? Difficult. So now, Ayameva Ishvaraha. So now this Ishvara, we find that there is creation, sustenance and destruction. How is it happening? It is happening with these three gunas. Okay? Sattva, Raja and Tama. Further. The consciousness, this Ishvara, now Ishvara, with reference to Rajoguna, is called as Brahma, Chaturmukha, is called as Brahma. Ishvara only is called as Brahma. This Ishvara, with reference to sustenance of the world, is called as Vishnu. And with reference to the Tamoguna, is called as Rudra. Okay. So, Rajastamo Gunaihi Upadhibhihi Brahma Vishnu Rudra Rupena Srishti Sthiti Samharan Karoti. Thus, the world continues. Life continues. Then he explains Brahmano Virata Purushe Antarbhavaha. Now, what this Brahma is covered under the Virat Purusha. Who is Virat? Sthula Samashti. With reference to the gross totality is, so Brahma is covered under Virat Purusha. Vishnu is covered under Hiranyagarbha. And Rudrasya Ishvare Antarbhavaha. This Rudra is that with reference to Karana Samashti. Evam Prapanchotpattihi. Now, all through this, what has been explained? The existence of the world. Now, creation. This creation is not creationism of the theologies, different theologies. It simply is, creation means, the word creation over here simply means the cause and effect relationship. It is not that one day God decided to create. Why did you create? Oh, I was bored. No. That's what I know. This is not that creationism. So, the world has come into existence. Ayameva adhyaropaha. This is called as adhyaropa. From what point to what point is adhyaropa? This explanation about the existence of the world is called as adhyaropa. Okay? Which is already available to you. This is not something new. The world is available to you. So the experience, the knowledge of this world is adhyaropa. Idam vikshepa shakti karyam. This is the effect of vikshepa shakti. What is the vikshepa shakti? The power of projection. It is seen. Fine?
Swamiji, this was from starting point up to here, it was just a projection of Vikshepa Shakti. Now, where the Avarana came here now?
We have not yet discussed.
You just said Avarana Shakti.
Vikshepa Shakti.
Vikshepa Shakti.
I just said Vikshepa Shakti only. Avarana will be explained further. Wait patiently. Shanai Shanai. Now, Atha Avarana Shakti Karyam Uchyate. Now we are going to discuss what is the effect of the power of concealment. Avaranam. Okay? Ishvaram Atmajnaninam cha vihaya Anyesham Sarvesham Jivanam Panchakoshanam Atmanascha Bhedam Avarana Shakti Andhakara Iva Avrunoti. This Avarana Shakti is something that means it conceals, just concealment, which means it doesn't become available. It doesn't become available. Like the darkness, the tables, the chairs, the carpet, everything will be there in this room. But if this room is now dark, bring the chair. Hey, you can't see where the chair is. Bring the table. You can't see the table. It is very much there, but it doesn't become available to the field of experience. Okay? Is there. What has darkness done? Did the darkness take it away? It has simply covered it up. Doesn't make it available to experience. So whatever that fact is does not become available. This is what concealment is. Upalabdha nahi hota. Further, he says there is a distinction. There is a distinction, difference between the self and that what is not the self. What is not the self? The body-mind complex or the Panchakoshas. What are the Panchakoshas now? The Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha. There is a sequence. Not to jump anything. What is Annamaya Kosha? The gross body. Because it is nothing. Anna means food. Annam means food. What is this? It is nothing but just modification of the food. The bread has modified and that is what you call as this body. The bread which was consumed by your mother and father became the seed and it came together. The bread which your mother consumed then started becoming your blood in the womb, and after having come out, whatever bread that you started eating became the bones and blood and all those things. And now this also is capable of becoming a bread for somebody else. Mosquitoes are already eating it before killing it. They're nice. At least mosquitoes are not killing you to eat. Bread for food. It is nothing but food. It's a modification of food. Then, that's why this is called as Annamaya Kosha. Mayat Pratyay is over here as the Vikarartha, as a modification. Okay? Now, then Pranamaya Kosha. Pranas, now you know, the vital air. Okay? Just any air is not prana. That air because of which the body survives and various functions are carried on. Whether it is the circulation of the blood, digestion, or even the processes which are taking place in the brain. This is all happening due to the air that has been consumed. Otherwise, how would even those neurons fire? How would they? What is the energy that they get to fire? It is air. So when the air is able to do this function for the body to survive, or even all the various functions, physiological functions are accomplished. Final function is even projecting the jiva out of this body to go to another body. All these things are done by the prana. This is pranamaya kosha. Then manomaya kosha, the mind. Then vijnanamaya kosha. Buddhi, ahankar and jnanendriyas together is vijnanamaya kosha. Then anandamaya kosha, the causal state. Okay? And this is all what is known. It is known. What are you? Known or knower? Who is knowing it? Who is knowing it? I know. So the status of I, conscious being, for now, for our understanding, is the knower, the one who illumines, prakashaka. Okay? And therefore, this is all drishya jatam, is all what is seen. And what is the consciousness then? Drashta, the seer. Okay? He is the seer. The conscious being is the seer. There is a distinction between the panchakoshas and the self. But look at all that we have is, we assume that these panchakoshas and the self is one and the same. And therefore, though there is a distinction, this distinction remains concealed for all the jivas. This power of concealment is not able to cast its spell only in two places. Can't do that. Ishvara and the Brahmajnani, the enlightened one. In case of these two, the power of concealment does not work. It works in case of everybody, right from a mosquito, ant, amoeba to human beings, even to the celestial beings. Everybody is under the spell of concealment power. Okay? He says, Sarvesham Ishwaram Atmajnaninam cha vihaya Anyesham Sarvesham Jivanam Panchakoshanam Atmanascha Bhedam Avarana Shaktihi Andhakaraha Iva Avranoti. Got it? Is that clear? Only two are spared. There it does not work. But why is that? Is this Brahmajnani son-in-law of God? That's why it is a special distinction for him. Really speaking, does not work, because the ignorance is destroyed in case of this Brahmajnani. Ignorance cannot work. Ignorance is not darkness, but is like darkness. Ignorance is not darkness, but is like darkness. What does the darkness do? Conceals. Now let us say there is a person who is going for an interview for a job from one city to another city. And he is sitting on the flight, 3 hours flight. Okay? And his appointment of the job interview is just 1 hour and he has to be there. He's flying 3 hours to reach that place. He is all anxious, sitting in the flight, shaking his legs, everything he is doing. So the other fellow who's sitting next to him says, it's okay, don't shake, let me sleep. Everything he does. And then when he arrives over there, finally to give his interview, he sees the fellow who is going to interview and decide his job was the same fellow who was sitting next to him 3 hours. To meet him for 1 hour, he has flown 3 hours. And he is already sitting with him for 3 hours. Yet the interviewer did not become available to him. Why? He is very much there, he is looking at him. He is also irritated. I'm shaking, I'm so worried, and this fellow wants to sleep over here and all those things. Look at him, how he's spreading in, and does not give me armrest. It does all that. He's there. Does not become available. Why? Because he does not know he is the same fellow. Does not know he is the fellow who is going to interview. Not knowing is ignorance. That ignorance has concealed this fellow from him. So it does not become available. What does the ignorance do? Doesn't make available. Like the darkness. Like andhakaram iva avrunoti. Like it is not darkness, but is works like darkness. And that is why Bhagavan Bhashyakara in one place says, Pashyan apicha na pashyati.
Also, even if he would have known that the interview wouldn't have happened on the plane.
That is
because
okay.
it was not the right time.
That's okay. Who knows? Maybe not the right time. This fellow would have said, I'll save my 1 hour and meet my girlfriend. Let me finish it here now.
But I guess my question was, is the right time also a factor in our knowledge or our way of...
That is okay, yeah. I mean, for Vyavahara, for the transaction purpose, it is okay. But not knowing this is the fellow is ignorance. That does not make him available. Had he even to know this is going to be my boss deciding my future, he would have behaved well. He would have behaved well. Sir, do you want some tea? Let me buy you coffee. Extra generous. Now, this is how ignorance does its job. Only 2 places are spared. Ishvara, because ignorance is not possible only there. Why? Because it is total sattva guna. Avarana Shakti does not work. That is more important. Vikshepa Shakti is okay. So now, Avaranam cha dvividham. Now, even this power of concealment has two aspects. Yeah. What are those? Asattva avaranam, abhana avaranam. One is called as, keep the original words, asattva avaranam. It is avaranam, but how is this avaranam? Asattva. Asattva avaranam. Okay. And what is the other type of avaran? What is the other aspect? अभाव नहीं, परंतु फिर से अभानावरणम, अभावावरणम लिखा है वहां पे, वहां पे अभाव लिखा है इन योर, हाँ फिर अभानावरणम, abhan. Now, let's go further. And he explains, Vastu nasti iti vyavahara karanam asatva varanam. No. This concealment is such, look at this. The object itself is not there. Is not there. This kind of transaction, this kind of vyavahar is there because of the asattva varanam. One does not recognize its presence at all, its existence. Its existence. Okay. Uranus was the newly discovered planet later on, right? Now they are saying Uranus is not a planet. Correct? Huh?
Pluto, no?
I don't know. Uranus or Pluto?
They said that Pluto wasn't a planet a few years ago. I don't know, but
Okay, Pluto. I thought Pluto was always there, only in Walt Disney character. So, the planet, not there. Even before the solar system had become known to us, we did not even know that these are the planets in the solar system. But not knowing did not stop it from existing. Only we behaved as if it doesn't exist. So this kind of a transaction where we don't recognize its presence. And why are you not recognizing? Because we don't know. The cause is not knowing, but behaving as if it is not there only. This is asattva avaranam, vastu nasti. Now, the implication is going to be, whatever is this I is Brahma. Okay, is Brahman already. You don't have to become Brahman. What are you searching for? I am searching for my completeness. How are you searching for your completeness? When I have a lot of money, a big house, 2-3 wives, and then, a few cars, 2 dozen cars, and a lot of, gold stacked, complete. You're looking for completeness. You're not looking for stacks of gold and things like that. You're looking for completeness. That's what one is searching for. Completeness. We are saying you already are. It is not going to be created, it is not going to be manufactured, borrowed, brought, attained, achieved. No, nothing. Gifted. How is it? It is already there. But how are you behaving? As if you are a miserable, incomplete, unfulfilled, unsatisfied creature. Begging here and there for little satisfaction, little fulfillment, little appreciation. Call me good, na? I look beautiful, na? Very beautiful. Don't smile like that, you don't look that good then. So, behaving, now look, how are you behaving, how are you interacting? As if you are not Brahma. Why is this happening? Because I don't know. What is this form of not knowing? Asattva avaranam. Okay? This is what? Asattva avaranam. Further. Vastu nasti. Then you go to the teacher and sit over there, and the teacher, by his nature, he will tell Atma is Brahma. Nothing new. Atma is Brahma is the teaching. Now you have heard. Now hearing those words is definitely going to create some knowledge. Correct? Because those words are meaningful words. They are not like, Mukhe Jivha Nasti or something like that. Those words are meaningful pramana vakyam. So they are going to create a knowledge. So now I have heard from my teacher, Atma is Brahma. From the Veda Vakya, I know Atma is Brahma. But this problem he is going to say is, Atma may be Brahma, but I cannot experience. I cannot experience. I know, but this knowledge is not real knowledge, Look at this fellow. All various kinds of idiosyncrasies will come up from here. Ignorance is capable of doing everything. If it can create a snake over there, why can't it create an idiot? So, he is going to say, what is he going to say? What does he say? I know I have heard it, from my teacher, Atma is Brahma, but I cannot experience. Now, in order to experience, what should I do? Should I stay in Ganga, submerged for 1 hour? You should sit over there forever. Don't come out. What should I do? A Kundalini will do, Swamiji. Kundalini. Any something else that you want to? No, this fellow. What does he claim? I know, but I cannot know it. It is not real knowing. No, this fellow, this is knowing, but this is not real knowing. What is real knowing? Real knowing is that. Also, then that is real knowing. So you know it. And no. You don't know, that is the problem. Admit it. Instead of creating all this philosophizing the ignorance, try to get rid of it. But he wants to create a theory and things like that. Makes him feel good. Okay, do it. But ultimately, what is the fact is, Vastu na bhati. I am not able to see that Atma is Brahman. Vastu na bhati iti vyavahara karanam. This, it is, I cannot experience, I cannot see. Such a claim is made, and the cause of this claim is a bhana avaranam. It is ignorance only, but this aspect of ignorance. Instead of calling it ignorance, then you have teachers who are philosophizing it. Hey, you know, but you don't experience, and in order to experience now, you will have to do something. What should we do? Jump from a cliff. Right? How does the ignorance go? But knowing, and that knowing has to be proper knowing. So now, instead of directing the inquiry over there, he gets into doing something else. So therefore, Vyavahara Karanam, this is Abhana Avaranam. So Avarana Shakti has got these two aspects. First is Asatva Avaranam. And the second one is Abhana Avaranam. Most of the people spend their lives under ignorance only, and the predominating factor is Asatva Avaranam. They live just as the bodies will live, searching for fulfillment. What is that fulfillment? Your own nature. Instead of seeing and settling down there, goes about hunting everywhere else. And that's why Ajnanena Hataha, killed by ignorance. Thus, Avarana Shakti Karyameva Samsara Vrikshasya Moolam Na Vikshepa Shakti Karyam. Okay. The effect of the Avarana Shakti is the cause of samsara. How is this samsara? Well rooted, like a strong tree. Yeah? We have trees up on the mountains and there are cyclones and storms constantly happening, but they are standing there for 100, 1,000 years, 200 years, 500 years, those trees. Why? So, like a vriksha, how is that? Vriksha means a tree. How is it? Strong. Strongly rooted. Like that, the samsara is strongly rooted. Okay? The miserable existence, the samsara. How is it? No matter what you do to get rid of the misery, does it leave you? If nothing is there, then there is one toothache. And even if that is not there, at least one mosquito. Something of the other is always there. Misery doesn't end. Well rooted. So samsara vrikshasya kim karanam? The cause of the samsara vriksha is avarana shakti, with both the aspects. What is the cause of samsara? Avarana shakti, with both the aspects. Okay? Avarana shakti karyameva samsara vrikshasya moolam na vikshepa shakti. The vikshepa shakti is not the problem. It doesn't cause any misery. What is the cause of misery, suffering, is this avarana shakti. Now, even when we say that the ignorance is the cause of suffering, you should know where exactly to shoot the arrow. You know what happened? In the Rama-Ravana Yuddha, in this battle between Rama and Ravana, there is a very interesting story over there. See how this, things are they're wrapped in stories, but they're meant to tell you some message. And we have to decipher. So what happened was, Rama used to shoot the arrow, and Rama's arrow cannot go waste. Amogha Shakti can never go waste. Once if it leaves the pratyancha, the string of the bow, it has to meet the target. That is Rama. And the bow goes and, not the bow, what is it? Arrow goes and pierces Ravana. But this fellow is not dying. What is happening? This fellow does not die. Then Vibhishana comes and tells him, this Ravana is very smart. What he has done is, he has kept a small container of Amritan, the nectar of immortality. Okay? He had that elixir of nectar of immortality. It was kept in a small little container, and he had kept it in his navel, in the, and there were some bees which were trained. So whenever an arrow comes and hits him, one bee will just take a small little droplet and place it, comes back to life. So those bees used to all the time. Arrow is coming, so you are not going to look at the bees going around, you are going to look at that fellow. But that bee is carrying it to deposit in his mouth. So this fellow comes back to life. Rama says, what is this? What is that? So Vibhishana says, he has the place. You are hitting him on the heart. Hit him on the heart later. First destroy that container. So Rama then first shoots an arrow to destroy that little container. Now what will the bees carry? Bees are looking, hey, what should we carry this time? And nothing. Then Ravana falls. Though we have identified ignorance as the problem, but what part of that ignorance is really playing the havoc? And it is the Avarana Shakti, Natu Vikshepa Shakti. Then says, he said, why are you sparing the Vikshepa Shakti and just pointing out at Avarana Shakti? He says, Etan moksha siddherapi hetuhu. That Vikshepa Shakti actually will become helpful cause even for liberation. For liberation.
The projection power.
Why? Because if the teacher is not there in that body, who is going to talk to you? If you don't have the ears, how will you hear? If you don't have the appropriate buddhi, how will even that knowledge cognition take place? So you require, and this is whether it is the body of the teacher, your set of ears, or even that cognitive ability, this is all brought by Vikshepa Shakti, and therefore this Vikshepa Shakti becomes the Moksha Siddher Hetuhu. Okay? Right? Okay. So we have Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. The Karyam of Vikshepa Shakti is called as Adhyaropa. But what is the real cause of Samsara Vriksha? Is Avarana Shakti. What needs to go is Avarana Shakti. Acha, this Avarana Shakti does not influence only two. Who?
Ishwara and Brahma.
These two. What are the two aspects of Avarana Shakti?
Ashastva Varnam, Abhana Varnam.
Iti. Okay? Fine. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vadvyapta Dehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha